everyone, Darkdeath 5000 here again. Welcome to another War Thunder video on PlayStation 4. So you might have already guessed from the intro there, but today I'm showing some P-61 gameplay. Not one, but there's going to be two videos. And yes, what you just saw there with the P-47 did really just happen. I'll have more on that later, so stay tuned for that. For now, let's just get into this plane, the P-61C-1. So off the bat, I just want to say, this is an absolutely amazing plane. Possibly one of my favourite planes in the game right now. I've just had such a blast using it, honestly really enjoyed playing it. Which is something that rarely happens in air realistic these days. You know, it's one of those rare planes that you get consistent kills with on a per game basis. I mean, I averaged on 2 kills here per game, with regular 3 kill games as well. Which for a console player, you know, it's fantastic. You know, if you're lucky, you rarely see these games once every 5 flyouts. But for it to happen nearly every game, you know, it is fantastic. So, for console players, this plane, it's a must flyer. You can have so much fun using it. You know, it's a blast to use. So let's just quickly go over the plane. So this is a rank 3 American heavy fighter / bomber interceptor. It's got the 4 heavy 20mm cannons which are mounted directly under the nose. And you get a massive 800 rounds with this as well, so you can really spray. And if that's not enough, you also get an additional rear turret with 4 50 caliber machine guns. And you know, 50 cals can do some serious damage in this game, and with a gunner as well. Anybody that gets behind you, you know, you're really going to tear them apart. But that's not all. Perhaps the most notable mention about this plane is that it actually gets a short to long range radar, which makes spotting targets just that much easier. You know, the radar really comes into play when you're playing night maps or you're in thick cloud. Using the radar, you can just hunt unsuspecting players, and you just get some really quick, easy kills because, you know, they don't expect it. They can't see you, but you can see them on the radar. So it's a great thing, and it's, you know, it's a big bonus with this plane. Not many planes get the radar, and of those that do, they are pretty useless. I mean, there is the F6F5N Night Fighter. But the trouble with it is, it's just so heavy, and it can't, you know, it's not got the speed. It's just terrible to use. Whereas this, you know, you can work with it. It's got the speed. It's got somewhat decent energy retention, and it's also got the firepower as well. So yeah, it's a great plane, and the radar just makes it even better. So I'll try and get a separate video on setting up the radar and the controls at a later date. But for now, I just wanted to get this gameplay video up. So let's get to it, and I'll be back with you in the gameplay shortly. Okay, so we're back, and we're playing on the Operation Bulge map, which, if I'm not mistaken, signifies the Battle of the Bulge. So this should be over Belgium or France here. But yeah, this is pretty much a typical air realistic game to begin with. I'm just going to go ahead and climb to 5,000 meters. So I'm not going to bore you guys with that for too long. I just wanted to point out that the P-61 gets the airspawn here, as you can see. So we're pretty much going to be above everybody, and that's why this plane is so enjoyable to use. So I'll bring you back in a second when we're back to 5,000 meters. So I'll be right back. So we probably got a bit carried away with the climbing there. We're almost to 7,000 meters, but you know, it's just that easy to climb in this plane. It's easily done. You know, you get carried away. But anyway, we start seeing the dots appear, and we're about to jump on this HE-219 in a second, which will be the first kill. So the fun is going to be beginning in a second. There's the HE219. Now I did play somewhat of a risky move here, going head on, but I had a feeling he wouldn't have the energy because I've flown those things before and I know they are not that good in the vertical. You know, it's a big heavy plane, so it was somewhat of a risk, but at the same time, you know, I knew there was a chance he would have no speed. But yeah, we got the first kill there, and now we've got this P-47 chasing us down. Now again, I've flown these planes enough, the P-47s, to know in a straight line, he's going to outspeed me easily. You know, he's going to catch me no problem. And again, in the climb, there's not that much in it. These planes have very similar performance. The P-47 has the edge in all areas, I would say, apart from the climb. But yeah, he can outspeed me, he can outturn me, and you know, I'm kind of up against it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag him away from the team. You know, get him away from the G55 just to even out the odds a little bit, give me a better chance. So we're literally just flying out more or less level here, trying to retain the speed, and at the same time we're going to get some height. You can't see him on the screen there, but he is still actually following me. So we're going to turn into him now. Typical merge. So we go down to pick up the speed. You know, you always want to start a merge with some excess speed so you've got the energy to work with. I'm going to try a sneaky long range head on here. When he gets within 2 kilometers, we're going to pull out the range of his guns and then pitch up into him so he can't get shot. You know, give him a really bad angle, and then immediately putting the air brakes out, trying to get him to overshoot. We did try to look the flaps there as well, but they don't work too well at high speeds on this plane. But again, it's got air brakes, so you know, flaps, you know, you don't really need them. So this has turned into a kind of a stall fight at this point. Obviously I'm going to stall out first because I'm a heavier plane. But luckily, this thing has a gunner. You know, it's covered all bases. It's got the front with the heavy guns, and it's also got the back with the 450 calibers. I mean, I actually thought I was gone for there, you know, and the gunner just fired and killed him. So that was unexpected, somewhat lucky I guess you could say. But it just shows how good this plane is. I mean, I think it's a really fun plane. You know, there's not many planes that can go up against a P-47 like that, not heavy fighters anyway. So that was the second kill of the game. And it's not quite over yet. We're going to have a similar scenario later on with another P-47. So I believe I'm the last fighter on our team, and I know where the enemy is roughly. They're all below me, ground pounding, so I've got a massive energy advantage over them. So I'm basically just trying to pinpoint where they are at the moment. And again, this is where the radar comes in, because a few seconds ago I saw one pop up to my left somewhere, so I know roughly where they are. It's not 100% reliable, the radar doesn't always work. I mean, as you can see now, it's not showing anything, but there's at least 3 if not 4 planes down there. But for some reason it doesn't always work. So you just got to use it as a guide, you know, it's a bonus for it to be there. But don't rely on it too much. So we just spotted a few targets down there where they're shooting the ground targets. I was going to go for the P-47, but I realised he was flying straight and he would have been hard to catch, so I went to this 109 instead. Air brakes out, I'll get a nice kill there. And immediately we're just going to extend away. You know, you don't want to climb, it's too risky at first, so you always extend away and then you climb. And again, we've got a similar situation here, P-47 chasing us down. So we're going to drag him away. And basically do the same thing again. And we'll see how we get on. So I've just seen the G55 pull off there, so I know he's headed away. And that just leaves us with the P-47. I realised that was our airfield, so I decided to fly away. You know, I'm not a fan of people that camp over the airfield, so I didn't want to do that. So I fly into him again, going for a merge here, sneaky head on. Maybe pulled out a bit late, but it all worked out. And again, we're just going to pitch up into him out of the range of his guns. Initiate the scissors, air brakes out. And yet again, we're just trying for the overshoot here. Now I've flown the P-47s enough to know they're quick. They can dogfight very well, as long as they keep their speed fast. But pretty much like this plane here, the P-61, as soon as their airspeed drops to below 300, they're just basically flying bricks, you know, they can't do anything. So I almost got a sneaky shot in there, just didn't have enough lead. Again, we try and get a hit in there, but we didn't have enough room. Now, by all intents and purposes, he should have had me here. No, he had an advantage, but unfortunately, the wing on this plane is that big, it hit the tree coming down. So yeah, I mean, I could have survived that, I may have actually won, you never know. But he actually ended up crashing as well. So yeah, that was a 3-kill game in the P-61, and a really fun game at that. But we're not quite done just yet. So we've got another clip here. Same kind of thing again. We're going to climb, and I'll bring you back in a second. Okay, so here we go again. I'll start spotting the enemy team in a second. TA-154 pops up. So we're high enough that we don't really need to worry about anybody again. You're always going to be higher than everybody, even the 109s in this plane. You know, you get the air spawn and it's already a decent climate to begin with. So really, you've got no worries at all. So again, same thing with the TA-154. I noticed he was flying away, so he would have been too difficult to catch. I didn't want to risk it, so I switched targets again. Get the 205. He's out of the game. And now we've got one of the worst nightmares you can face in this plane, the G55. Now I'm kind of helpless against this plane. There is not a lot I can do. The only advantage I've really got is the sheer weight of this plane. You know, it can accelerate faster in the dive. So, no, that's pretty much what I do. It's the only way I can escape him. But then again, he's got the superior energy retention, and he's going to be able to catch up with me. Now, luckily, there was a 410 here, so I end up getting a second kill. You know, I didn't plan on him being there, but he came head on, so I can't say no to that. Nothing but easy kills in this plane. But yeah, back to the G55. So I was considering what to do here. I figured I've got the speed now. If I don't act soon, that speed is going to be gone. So in a way, you know, you have to act in situations like this while you can. So I pretty much decided to turn him into him. You know, try and force him to turn. I mean, I know he's going to out-turn me. You know, it's kind of a losing fight. But you know, I don't want to give up, so you've got to try something in these situations. So we initiate the merge. Again, we're pitching down to pick up the speed. You know, you always want to enter these fights with excess speed, like I said before. So he's trying to bait me there. So I notice here he's turning pretty hard, and he's probably bled a lot of speed in that. So I'm simply going to extend away again here and try and bring him back to the team. So I'm asking for help here. You know, I'm in dire need of help. There's no way I can fight this G55 on my own. So we're going to see if we can survive long enough and bait this guy to our friendlies. I mean, it was pretty close, I've got to say. You know, I did not want to die. I was trying everything to stay alive. And luckily it worked out. You know, the XP-38 came in to help, and I believe P-51 gave me a hand as well. So I was really lucky that the team came here to give me a hand. But again, this just goes to show how good of a plane this is. You know, a G55 is one of the quickest planes there is. You know, it's got the same speed as a 109, possibly faster, I believe. I'm not 100% on that. They've certainly killed me a lot. I've actually had those things keep up with the P-47, so you know, it's not a slow plane. So I baited him to the team. I decided to turn around here, give them a hand. Horsehair sets him on fire, so I'm just going to simply avoid his gunfire until he burns and dies. And that's him out of the game. So that there is American teamwork. You know, like I've said before, these planes, American planes, if you have teamwork, they are pretty much unstoppable. I mean, you just saw me there in a P-61 bait the G-55 simply by flying straight. You know, there's nothing to it. American planes in a straight line are some of the quickest fighters in the game. There's nothing that can really touch you apart from Russians, of course. But as long as you stay high, keep your altitude, you've got no worries. But yeah, something unfortunate is about to happen. You know, I've got 2 kills here. I was feeling pretty good about myself. I escaped G-55 not once but twice. And things were kind of looking good, so you know, I'm thinking about turning around here and going and getting some more kills. You know, I thought, what can go wrong? I'm having a great game here. But yeah, you know, you'll see in a second, but and you can probably guess what's going to happen, because we're heading towards A without even realising it. So if you're not familiar with this map, again we're on Operation Bulge here. A there in the middle is full of flak, and yeah, it can really do some damage apparently. So we're about to die to flak, which after what we've just been through, you know, it was a very unfortunate end, and I had to find some sad music. So you're about to hear some very sad music here. So that's it for the game. 2 kills, not too bad, you know, I can't complain. Just, you know, an unfortunate way to end such a good game. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Apologies if this one's a bit on the long side. You know, I had that much footage, I didn't really know what to do with it. But yeah, thanks for watching, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great content. I've got a lot of things planned. I'm going to be putting a post FX video out soon, probably a radar controls video, and you know, you never know, I might even take the Spitfires out again, because I've got to say I did kind of enjoy it after not flying them in such a long time. So yeah, stay tuned for more great content, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.